Stop scrolling for a moment, because this message is not random and it is not something that appeared in your life by coincidence. There is a reason your eyes landed on these words today, and deep in your heart you can already feel that something about this message feels personal, almost as if it was meant specifically for you. Because the truth is that God sees everything that happens in your life, even the things you never talk about, even the things you keep hidden inside your heart. And today, God wants you to understand something important, something that might surprise you but will also bring clarity to your life, because someone has been secretly watching your life for a long time and you may not have realized it yet. But God has already exposed the truth about this person, and the moment you understand this message you will begin to see things differently. You will begin to notice the small signs that you once ignored. The strange moments that once confused you will finally start making sense, because sometimes the people who watch your life the most are not the ones who openly support you. Sometimes they are the ones who stay silent, observing from a distance, studying your moves, your growth, your struggles, your blessings, and even your pain. And what you must understand is that not everyone who watches you is celebrating you. Some people watch you because they cannot understand how you continue to rise even after everything you have gone through. They watch you because your strength makes them uncomfortable. They watch you because your progress reminds them of their own limitations. And the truth is that this person never expected God to bring you this far. They thought your story would end in defeat. They believed the obstacles in your life would stop you permanently. But what they did not realize is that when God places His hand on someone's life, no enemy, no jealousy, no hidden watcher can stop the purpose that God has already written. And that is exactly why this message is reaching you today, because God wants you to know that nothing happening around you is hidden from Him. Every whisper behind your back, every silent observer, every person who secretly follows your life without speaking a word, God has already seen them and He has already begun revealing the truth. And the reason this matters is because when God exposes something, it is never meant to harm you. It is meant to protect you. It is meant to open your eyes so that you can move forward with wisdom instead of confusion, because there were moments when you felt something strange in your spirit, moments when you felt like someone around you was not being completely genuine, moments when you felt watched even though nothing obvious was happening. And you may have questioned your intuition at the time. You may have told yourself that you were imagining things or being too sensitive. But what you were feeling was not random at all. It was your spirit recognizing something that your mind had not yet fully understood, because God often places a quiet warning inside your heart long before the truth becomes visible in your physical world. And the person who has been secretly watching your life did not expect that God would reveal their intentions in such a powerful way. They thought they could stay hidden forever. They believed their curiosity about your life would remain unnoticed. But God does not allow hidden intentions to remain in the dark forever. Sooner or later, the truth always comes into the light, and right now you are entering a season where many things that were once hidden will begin to reveal themselves clearly. And the most important thing you must remember is that this revelation is not meant to make you angry. It is meant to make you aware, because awareness is protection, awareness is wisdom, awareness is the difference between walking blindly and walking with spiritual understanding. And once you understand who has been quietly watching your life, you will also understand why certain energies around you have felt unusual at times, why certain conversations felt strange, why certain people seemed overly interested in details about your life without ever truly supporting you. And when you begin connecting these pieces together, you will realize that God has been guiding you the entire time, protecting you even in moments when you felt alone. Because even when you thought no one noticed your struggles, even when you believed your prayers were unheard, God was watching every moment and preparing a time when the truth would finally become clear, and that time is beginning now. Stop for a moment and think about the strange moments you have experienced recently, the moments when something inside you felt different but you could not fully explain why. Because when God begins to expose something hidden, it does not always happen loudly at first. Sometimes it begins with small signs that slowly reveal the truth piece by piece. And this is exactly what has been happening around your life. There has been someone observing your journey quietly for a long time, someone who watches your progress, your struggles, your victories, and even the moments when you feel weak. And the reason they have been watching so closely is because your life carries a light that they cannot ignore, even if they pretend not to care, even if they act like your life has nothing to do with them. Deep down they keep looking, they keep checking. They keep wondering how you continue to move forward even when life places heavy burdens on your shoulders. And what you must understand is that when God chooses someone for a purpose, their life becomes visible in ways they never expected, not because they are trying to attract attention, but because the presence of God in their life creates a kind of spiritual gravity that naturally draws people in. And some people are drawn because they feel inspired by you, they feel hope when they see you keep standing after everything you have endured. But others are drawn for different reasons. They watch you because they are confused by your strength. They watch you because they cannot understand why the setbacks in your life did not destroy you. They watch you because they secretly compare their life to yours, wondering why your story keeps moving forward even when it seemed like everything was against you. And this person has spent more time thinking about your life than you may ever realize. There were moments when they saw you struggle and they expected you to give up, moments when they saw obstacles appear in your path and they believed that would finally be the end of your progress. But each time something unexpected happened, each time you found a way to keep moving forward, each time a door opened for you that no one predicted, and every one of those moments left this person more curious, more confused, and more focused on watching your life from the shadows. But the truth that they never understood is that your life has been guided by something greater than human expectations, because when God is involved in your story, the outcome is never decided by the opinions or predictions of people around you. It is decided by the purpose God has already written long before anyone ever formed an opinion about you. And this is why the person secretly watching your life has never been able to fully understand your journey, because they have been looking at your life through human logic while your story has been unfolding through divine direction, and divine direction does not always make sense to those who are watching from the outside. They see the obstacles but they cannot see the protection behind the obstacles. They see the delays but they cannot see the preparation happening during those delays. They see the quiet seasons of your life but they cannot see the spiritual growth that was taking place in those silent moments, and that is why their curiosity about your life has continued growing over time, because every time they thought they understood your situation, something unexpected happened that proved them wrong again. And what they never realized is that God sometimes allows people to watch from a distance so they can witness the evidence of His power in someone's life, because your story was never meant to remain hidden forever. The challenges you faced were not meant to be the final chapter, they were part of a transformation that God has been preparing for a long time, And now you are entering a moment where the truth about many things will begin to reveal itself clearly, including the presence of the person who has been silently watching your life all this time, and the moment you begin recognizing the signs you will start understanding why certain situations around you felt unusual, why certain people seemed to know things about your life that you never openly shared, why certain reactions from others did not match the words they spoke, because sometimes people reveal their true intentions not through what they say but through the energy they carry when they observe your life, and your spirit has been sensing that energy for a while even if your mind could not fully explain it, but now God is bringing clarity because clarity protects you from walking blindly into situations that could drain your peace. And the most important thing you must remember right now is that this revelation is not meant to create fear inside you. It is meant to strengthen your awareness and remind you that God is always watching over you even when you feel completely unaware of what is happening behind the scenes, because while someone has been quietly watching your life, God has been watching them as well, and nothing they have done has escaped His attention. Every hidden intention, every silent observation, every moment they thought no one noticed their curiosity about your life, God saw it all. And now the time has come for the truth to slowly step out of the shadow so that you can continue your journey with wisdom, confidence, and the deep understanding that the protection of God has been surrounding your life this entire time even when you could not see it. Before you continue listening to this message, take a moment and truly reflect on everything that has been happening in your life recently. Because when God begins to reveal hidden things, there is always a deeper reason behind it, and the truth you are about to understand is something that will completely change the way you see the people around you. Because the person who has been secretly watching your life did not just appear recently, they have been observing you for a long time, longer than you might imagine, quietly paying attention to the way your life unfolds, noticing your successes, your struggles, the times when you rise and the times when you fall. And what makes this situation even more surprising is that this person never expected their silent observation to be noticed or exposed. They believed they could stay hidden behind distance, behind silence, behind the simple act of watching without ever speaking, but God does not allow hidden intentions to remain invisible forever, and sooner or later the truth always begins to surface in ways that cannot be ignored. Because when God decides to reveal something, it is never random and it is never accidental. It happens at the exact moment when you are ready to understand it, without allowing it to disturb your peace. And this is the moment you are entering right now, a moment of spiritual clarity where things that once confused you will begin to make sense, because there were times when you felt something strange in the atmosphere around certain people. Moments when you felt a quiet tension that you could not explain. Moments when someone seemed unusually aware of your life even though you never shared certain details with them, and those moments were not coincidences, they were small glimpses of a truth that was slowly preparing to reveal itself, because the person watching your life has been deeply curious about your journey, curious about the strength you show even when life becomes difficult, curious about the way you continue moving forward even after facing disappointment, curious about the faith you hold on to even when the world around you seems uncertain. And the reason your life captures their attention so strongly is because they cannot fully understand how you continue to grow despite everything you have endured. They saw the challenges you faced and they expected those challenges to stop you. They saw the obstacles placed in your path and they believed those obstacles would eventually defeat you. but what they did not understand is that when someone walks with faith, their story does not follow the expectations of ordinary circumstances. Their story follows the direction that God has already written, and God has been guiding your life through every difficult moment you have faced, through every quiet season where it felt like nothing was changing, through every painful experience that seemed unfair at the time, and while you were walking through those moments, the person secretly watching your life was observing from the outside, forming their own conclusions, making their own predictions about how your story would end. But every time they thought they understood what was happening, something unexpected changed the direction of your life again, and those unexpected changes are the fingerprints of God's presence in your journey, because when God moves in someone's life, the results often surprise everyone who is watching from the outside, and that is exactly what has been happening in your story, because even when situations looked impossible, something always happened that allowed you to continue moving forward. Sometimes it was a new opportunity, sometimes it was a moment of unexpected strength inside your heart, sometimes it was a door opening at the exact time when you thought everything was closing, and every one of those moments left the person secretly watching your life more confused and more curious than before, because they could not understand why things kept working out for you in ways they never predicted. And the truth they never realized is that God has been protecting you even when you were unaware of it, guiding your steps even when you felt lost, and preparing blessings that could not be seen until the exact moment they were meant to appear. And now the time has come for you to recognize that the presence of this silent observer in your life does not mean you are vulnerable. It actually means that your journey carries a level of significance that attracts attention even when you are simply trying to live your life quietly. Because when God is shaping someone's destiny, their life becomes a story that others cannot ignore, even if they try to pretend they are not paying attention. And the most important thing you must understand now is that God did not reveal this truth to make you suspicious of everyone around you. He revealed it so you can walk forward with wisdom, awareness, and a deeper trust in the protection that has always surrounded your life. Because while someone has been quietly watching your journey, God has been actively guarding it, and nothing that happens around you escapes His attention. Every hidden intention, every silent observation, every moment someone tried to study your life from the shadows, God has already seen it, and that is why you can move forward without fear, knowing that the same God who revealed the truth is also the one who continues to protect the path that lies ahead of you. There is something very important you must understand as this message comes to its final moment. Because when God exposes a hidden truth, it is never only about revealing another person, it is also about preparing you for the next level of your life. And the reason this message found you today is because you are standing at a turning point in your journey where clarity will replace confusion and peace will replace the silent questions you once carried in your heart. Because for a long time there were moments when you felt like something around you was not fully right. Moments when your spirit sensed something that your mind could not clearly explain. Moments when you wondered why certain people seemed unusually interested in your life while never truly celebrating your growth. And those moments were not your imagination. They were small signals that something hidden was quietly unfolding behind the scenes. But the reason God did not reveal everything immediately is because timing matters when it comes to truth. And sometimes the truth is revealed slowly so that your heart remains calm and your focus remains on the path God has placed in front of you. Because if everything had been revealed too early, it might have distracted you from the progress you were meant to make. It might have pulled your attention toward people instead of purpose, and God never allows unnecessary distractions to destroy the destiny He is building in someone's life, which is why you were protected even when you were unaware of what was happening around you. And while someone has been secretly watching your life from a distance, studying your journey, wondering how things keep changing for you, God has been quietly guiding every step you take, protecting you from harm, redirecting you when necessary, and strengthening your spirit in ways that no one else could see. And now, as this season of your life continues unfolding, you will begin to notice that your awareness has grown stronger than before. You will start recognizing the difference between genuine support and silent curiosity, between people who celebrate your growth and people who simply observe it, and this awareness will not make you bitter or suspicious. It will make you wiser, calmer, and more focused on the path that truly belongs to you, because when God reveals hidden watchers, it is not to create conflict, it is to remind you that your life carries a purpose that others may not fully understand. And sometimes the presence of silent observers is simply proof that your journey has a kind of impact that reaches further than you realize, because people are naturally drawn to stories that carry resilience, faith, and unexpected transformation, and your story has carried all three of those things. You have faced challenges that could have easily stopped you. You have walked through moments that tested your strength and your patience, and yet somehow you continued moving forward even when the path felt uncertain, and that kind of persistence leaves an impression on people whether they admit it or not. Because strength has a way of attracting attention even in silence, and that is why someone has been quietly watching your life for so long, not always understanding what they see but unable to completely look away from the journey you are walking. And the truth is that their observation does not have the power to change your destiny, because your destiny was never written by the opinions or expectations of people around you. It was written by God long before anyone ever formed a judgment about your life. And that is the most powerful truth you must hold on to as you move forward from this moment, because no hidden watcher, no silent observer, no person studying your life from a distance has the authority to interfere with the purpose God has already placed inside you, and the same God who allowed this message to reach you today is the same God who will continue protecting your path tomorrow, next week, next year, and every step beyond that. And the reason this message arrived in your life is to remind you that you are never truly walking alone even when it feels that way, because God's presence has been surrounding your life in ways that cannot always be seen but can always be trusted, and the season you are entering now is a season of deeper peace, stronger clarity, and greater confidence in the direction your life is moving, because once the truth steps into the light it loses the power it once held in the shadows. And now that you understand what has been happening around you, there is only one thing left to do: continue moving forward with faith, continue walking the path that God has placed in front of you, continue growing into the person you were always meant to become, because the same God who exposed what was hidden is also the God who is preparing blessings that will soon become visible in your life. Blessings that no silent watcher will be able to deny. Blessings that will remind you once again that when God guides a life, nothing and no one can stop the purpose He has already set in motion.